In this session, we will look at the plan and profile sheet generator. And the objectives here are to learn how to create the plan and profile sheets. And the generator, the plan and profile sheet generator, allows the user to create project drawings in multiple formats based on whatever the user has specified in the dialog boxes. So let's go into a MicroStation file and look at how to create these plan and profile sheets. Now, to access the plan and profile sheet generator, we're going to go into Project Manager, open our project, and down in the bottom left-hand corner of the Project Manager box, we have plan and profile sheets. We're going to select this. Just use our untitled run box. We'll move our project manager box out of the way, and we have our plan and profile sheet generator toolbox. Now, the first thing we're going to do is go to settings, and first of all, you'll notice that in this file I have my profile, I have my plan view, and I've also attached a topo of existing information along with the proposed. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Settings, Sheet Layout. And under Settings, Sheet Layout, we have a sheet layout progression. We have two options here, left to right standard or right to left, which is used in Rail. So we're going to use left to right standard. The profile stair stepping we're going to turn on. The reason for that is if you have a lot of relief in your profile, it will place the clip area so that you do not lose any of the profile. And we have a couple of options here. Also, we can use a current design file, which is what we're going to do, or you can customize with a motif file. Now, a motif file is simply a MicroStation file that's been created and has certain things attached and certain settings set in that file to be related to the plan or the profile view. But in this case, we're going to use the current design file. And we're going to say OK. Now, once we've done that, I'm going to go to File, Sheet Library, Attach. And I've got a sheet library called English.psl, or Plan Sheet Library. I'm going to open that, and then I'm going to go File, Sheet Library, Edit. And in this file, in this dialog box, we're going to see the information that's been supplied by this PSL. First of all, we're going to use Plan and Profile. That's our cell. The sheet library we're going to use is called sheet.cell, and there is the sheet cell name again. We're going to place a sheet cell in each of the sheet files, and we've got grid information, sheet annotation information that's already preset in the library, but we have three ports. We have port 1, port 2, and we have port 3. Port 1 is the plan view in the plan and profile sheet. Port 2 is going to be our profile, and port 3 is going to be our tabular data. So once all this information is set, if we change anything, we want to make sure that we do a save, and all we have to do is close this box. The next step is to go to Sheet Composition, the first toggle here. And under Sheet Composition, we have four choices. We can do by begin station overlap, by station range inside out, or outside in. And the one we're going to use, and the one that's most used, is by station range radial. And by station range radial means that at the match lines, we are going to cut out that match line radial to the alignment, regardless of we're in the middle of a curve or in a straightaway. It's going to be cut radial to the alignment. We'll notice up here we're going to do this at 100 scale. I'm going to change that to 100. You'll notice when we do that, it changes our scale, our station range here to 1500. And there is no OK or save. We just close this box. The next step is layout sheets. So when we select layout sheets, we have our job number, job 100. We can do multiple sheets or a single sheet. We're going to do multiple sheets. We're going to double click first of all on this port 1, and it's called a main line. We're going to say OK. It automatically gives us the beginning and ending station of our alignment. We're going to double click on port 2, our profile, and since we don't know what this information is or don't remember, we can use the identify cell button. Click on identify cell, select the profile cell, accept it, and it puts all of the correct information in here for us. Once that's done, all we have to do is say OK. The last step here is to go to profile to port 3, which is the tabular data. Do the same thing, say identify cell, select the cell, accept it, changes the information, and we'll say OK. Now you'll notice that once we've done this, we have a little button down here that says layout 5 sheets. So it already has calculated how many sheets we're going to have at 1500 foot stations per sheet. We also have something at the beginning and end called extend. If we want to place notes or create an area to place notes before the alignment starts or after the alignment ends, we can do that by placing a distance value here. And in this case, we're just going to leave this at 0. And I'm going to say layout sheets. Now when I do that, you'll notice that I have clip areas. It has put in these clip areas along the alignment. It has also put the clip areas, let me do a fit here, it's also put the clip areas along the profile and along the tabular data. And these are the clip areas, this clip area, this clip area. The first ones will be on the first sheet, second sheet, third sheet, and so forth. So I can close this box, we're done with it, and go to the next tool, which is clip sheets. It wants to know where are we going to place our sheets, and we're going to place those in this file. We're going to name the sheets. We can name the sheets whatever we want to, but whenever we put this prefix in, it's going to name the sheet Plan 1, Plan 2, Plan 3. We have the option to rotate the view of the reference. We always rotate the view. Excuse me. Sheets per file 1, we're going to put it in the active model. Beginning sheets 1, the ending sheets sheet 5. We have a match line. We can put this is going to be the text at the match line, and it's going to place the station in there automatically for us. We have the auxiliary sheet annotation that we can create if we want to. In this case we're not, we're just going to hit process sheets. Once we hit process sheets, it goes out, selects the clip areas, and we are done. I'm going to close this box, move this out of the way, and we're going into our file, and you'll notice that we have Plan 1, Plan 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to open Plan 1, say open, and there is our plan and profile sheet with our plan view, our profile, and our tabular data across the bottom. Now, one of the options we have with this tool also is if we go back into our plan view, we also have modify sheet information. We can actually go in here and say slide a sheet or modify a sheet. So if we come into a situation where we have an intersecting street, which we don't have in this particular case, we can actually move or slide these clip areas one way or the other, or we can actually modify them. If we're losing an area, we can actually modify a corner to catch all of the areas. We've got sheet 5, port 3, sheet 2, our sheet 4. So depending on what we want to modify, we have sheet 1, port 1. That sheet 1 and port 1 is going to be this shape, whereas sheet 1, port 2 would be the profile view. And you'll notice that it's highlighted. We have sheet 1, port 3, and it highlights that port. So whatever port that it is selected will be highlighted, and we can do the left station, the center station, or right station, and gives us that information. And then we have the extend. We can also do this dynamically by hitting the dynamic button, hit apply, and those changes will be made. We also have a sheet number manager, which allows us to go in and set sheet numbers for each one of our sheets. And that concludes our look at our profile sheet generator, plan and profile sheet generator.